Coach,
Let me start real quick. Is that okay?
absolutely.
My son Jake's down in Florida. My middle son Ty's at home with COVID. My baby Logan's all watching the game. My wife, my mom, everybody, to all of our family. To a big Dan Sirik, one of our players who couldn't make it tonight, man. We love you guys. And to all the Hempfield basketball guys watching, that's a gutsy win, boy. I'm sure hope everybody's proud of their Spartans tonight. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
And, Coach, it's a gutsy win because your team had to overcome a double-digit deficit in the first half. We talked about the looks weren't terrible in the first quarter. They just weren't going down.
2 games in a row.
So is there anything that you can do when the shots just aren't falling?
Well, we're known as a bad second-half team at Hempfield over the years. We used to have this talk about that. And now we've been playing some bad second quarters. No, you just got to, hey, you believe in your kids. You keep shooting. I told our kids, keep shooting. How about Sean Gordon?
Yeah.
Then how about Hawes? How about Zill? Everybody got hot in the second half. I thought the key to the game, to what you're asking is, anything we can do about it, is we stayed in it. And Zill's 3 at the buzzer at the end of the half off of Dom Hips' pass. Being down 7 as compared to 10, because they come out and start with a Myers layup. That's 12 then instead of 9. You know, we're on their home floor. They got all the returning guys, you know. And they had, don't forget, N.A., Peters Township, and Fox Chapel. That's who they've beaten, you know. I mean, I'm so happy for Coach Kelly and Andy and those guys. Chase Vecchia is one of my favorite kids in all of basketball. What a gutsy kid, and that's a good team we beat tonight.
I talked to Coach Kelly. It's his first year as a head coach at Penn Trafford, but you know him going back to his Franklin Regional days. So Coach Rocco had a lot of success here, and a lot of those same players are back. But what do you see differently about Penn Trafford this year?
Well, they're really pounding in the post. I mean, Myers is tough. They have a lot of – I'm not going to say what's different. I'll just compliment what they do. They move on offense. Capson's so hard to guard. Vecchio's just so steady, but Myers is tough for us. We worked all the last 2 days on how to – I don't know how many Myers had. I'm sure he had a ton. But we really worked on guarding him and bringing some help and just making his shots tough. I don't know if Myers shot a free throw tonight.
He was 2 of 2 from the line.
Well, that was a goal. We didn't want to send him to the line a lot. We didn't want him, you know, we didn't want him getting to the line, and we wanted to make him take tough shots. And how about Noah Wright, 14 at the half and 0 in the second half? I mean, that kid played great. They had 6 threes at halftime, and we only had 2.
Coach, you decided to take that foul with a couple of seconds left.
Always, Danny. That's our new motto.
Yeah.
We're not losing on. I mean, you imagine if we let Vecchio get by and they kick it and they hit a 3 and we're in overtime. I'm standing here talking to you. We lost in overtime. I just believe in the foul.
Yeah.
I believe in the foul. Our philosophy was make the first and then have Hawes in there because he's our smartest kid and just foul the rebounder, and that's exactly what happened. We did that a couple times last year. Now, if Dawn misses the first, we're only up 2, and then it's a whole different ball game. And we had, you know.
And what does it say about your team, Coach, the depth that you have right now?
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Feedor, I think, had 2 points tonight.
Is that what Joe had?
They came late.
That drive.
They came
how about
late.
that drive?
It was
that
nice.
was only 2.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Sean Gordon came up big.
We knew that, Danny. Like, Wilk and I predicted at the beginning of the year we're just going to have different leading scorers and different, you know, hey, remember now, other than Zill and Hawes, Dom Hips was an 8th man last year, but we only played 7. Now these kids, this is their first road game too.
Yeah, has to be exciting for you to have a young group of players right now.
Last year was so different with all those seniors.
Yeah,
felt the weight of the world on our shoulders to get it done for them, and it's different here though. I love that all the football kids from PT being here and all our kids. It's actually harder. You feed off of that energy and you feed off the crowd, and it's hard. You know, it wasn't a true road game tonight, but hey.
Yeah, this isn't an easy place to play whenever it's packed.
Christian and Mike have never won here. Mm-hmm. I asked when's the last time we celebrated in the locker room, and Christian and Mike said they never have, so it's got to be at least 4 years since we won here. Maybe since Casey and Tony and Logs and those guys and Zach, those guys, I don't know. We'll have to look that up. It's been a long time.
And, Coach, I'm sure you're happy to get this win, obviously. It has to feel great, but you're always going to find things you can work on. And I think some of those turnovers over the last 2 minutes.
Just at the end, huh, Sean? Yeah. I don't think we had – Nye had a charge. I don't know if we had any other turnovers the whole second half till the end. And that's Christian Zill. You know what? It's being out of shape. You know, Zill missed no excuses, but it's being tired. And give PT credit. They tipped balls. They made – that's the same thing we did to them. We stole it off of them a lot in spurts. And we definitely, because guess who's coming tomorrow is Upper St. Clair at 1:30 at our place, and they pressed the whole game. So, hey, tonight was a good trial run for us.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's hard to simulate pressure, you know, guys, in practice. So you got to face it, and you got to live through it.
And lastly, Coach, when you look at this section, and I know that it's a little different this year because every team could get into the playoffs if they choose.
Yeah.
But Penn Trafford defeats Fox Chapel, which defeated your team, and now you defeat PT.
Yeah.
And we all know that Pittsburgh Central Catholic is perennially a good team.
Yeah.
How do you handicap it so far?
Lynn Washowitz, one of the best guys in the business, who retired at Norman, called me the other night, and he's like, Billy, you guys can win this thing. I don't know. I think Fox Chapel's still the crown jewel until somebody unseats them.
Well, Fox Chapel won by a point tonight.
Against Norman.
Over Norman. Yeah.
Where
39-38.
Yeah,
it was
at
at
Fox
Norman.
Chapel.
It was at Norman, actually. It was supposed to be at Norman.
Yep, at Norman.
Was it? So they played 3 straight road games at our place, at PT, and at Norman?
Yeah, I guess so.
Jeez,
I guess they'll play 3 straight home games at some point.
Hey, I'm not going to handicap anybody, but I'll tell you who's really good is Norman. And they don't even have Ty Belinsky right now.
Right, I know.
I mean,
yeah,
they're
it's a big loss for them.
And then Williams kid, Walker,
yeah.
and Fleming kid's one of my favorite kids in the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then little Belinsky's unbelievable. So I can't handicap it, brother. We're 2-1, and we're living, right? We're living.
Well, it should make for a fun January and February.
It should. Hopefully everybody gets to keep playing.
Yep.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming. It's always the best to have you guys. Tell my man Eddie Diorio we asked about him.
All right, we'll do that.
Thanks, guys.
He's a KDKA tonight, I think.
He's big
Coach.
time.
So,
he's big time.
Yeah,
now.
he's a big time now.
Thanks, guys. Hey, hello to everybody again. Love you guys.
Congratulations, Bill.
Bill
Thanks.
Swan, head coach of Hempfield area.
Thanks, Swan.
His team scores a victory tonight